Let's move to what is happening across the Atlantic. The big federal funding bill has come to a complete halt in the US Congress. It's all standstill territory. The Senate is at loggerheads over US taxpayers funding the US public sector. Park rangers, air traffic control, bin men all face no pay and won't be going to work. What is happening here? And what is Trump, or is this what Trump actually wants in a curious political manoeuvre? Is this by design and his golden opportunity to finally drain the swamp? Let's speak with Laurie Laird, US economic commentator. Laurie, good afternoon to you. Well,
Ian.
one thing everybody could agree in, this is a very serious place that America has found itself in right now.
Yeah, it really is. Look, government shutdowns are something we've discussed, quite a few times over the years. I think the big difference with this one is that I don't see how this one will be resolved. There's no easy fix for this one. Both parties are so polarized. I know that's a word we use all the time, but you can't see what is going to break this deadlock. It will be which party thinks that they're losing more in the court of public opinion. But it could take weeks before that kind of thing plays out.
Yeah. So what has happened? And by the way, the Leader of the House, Mike Johnson, is currently speaking as we speak.
I've got one. Sorry about that. You may hear it. I've got one ear on that. And
that's
John,
good. No, I would expect nothing else from a pro such as you, Laurie. That's brilliant.
Say more like that. You say that and I'll be on anytime.
You are multitasking like mad here, which is fabulous. This idea that, or this theory that Trump might tacitly quite like this battle. Any truth in that?
He's almost said as much. I mean, last night he said, sometimes good things come out of shutdown. So I think that he thinks he can win this PR war. The other thing that Trump has said is that this is a good opportunity for government agencies, which take their orders straight from the Oval Office. Yeah. He suggests that these agencies could cut hundreds of thousands of jobs. Before the start of this term, we would have thought, well, that's a bit fanciful. That's Trump just, sort of speaking words that may not make sense. But we have learned that what Trump means often in this administration, what he says he actually means. He has no problem with cutting huge numbers of government employees. Now, whether this is legal or not is an open question, but the legal process moves a lot more slowly than Donald Trump does.
Well, indeed.
So we could see, at least announcements of government cutbacks.
So we've got around 750, 750,000 federal employees facing unpaid leave. Just talk us through it briefly, if you could, Laurie, in sort of Sesame Street language, if you like. How did we end up here? What's happened?
This is tough to be brief on, but where we are is that the current funding bill that ran, or the old funding bill that ran out at midnight U.S. time last night, was simply an extension of the last funding bill. So the two sides have not been able to hammer out a funding bill in over a year. Now, what the Republicans want to do, and they have the reins here, they can make the suggestions because they're the majority party in both houses. What they would like to do is extend current funding for another 7 weeks. That seems pretty benign, doesn't it? Yeah. But the Democrats are under pressure from their base to do something. I mean, I think wherever you are on the political divide, I think we can agree that the Democrats have, to a certain extent, crawled into a fetal position. They have not provided effective opposition. Sure. I think the Democrats are feeling right now, we have to do something. We have to show that we are on the map somewhere. So what the Democrats have said is that there are subsidies to a lot of healthcare insurance programs that will expire at the end of the year, according to what's in the big, beautiful bill. They want to see those extended, and that's not an unreasonable request. There are some poorer Americans that will be hit quite badly with healthcare costs. So they would like to see those extended, and that is their price for agreeing a short-term funding bill. So that's the contours. Now, the Republicans can easily turn around and say, wait a second, those subsidies don't expire until the end of the year. You've got plenty of time to negotiate those. But on the other side, for public relations purposes, the Democrats can say, wait a second, the House of Representatives, all the Republicans, they've gone out of town. The House is on recess. At least we've stuck around to try and negotiate something. So you can see how the PR battle might shape up. And again, I think this is the most important battle.
We will see. It's certainly not going to be dull. It's serious times over there.
Never
Laurie,
is these days.
absolutely right. Great to have you on as ever. Thank you, Laurie Laird, US economic commentator with us. Just giving us the outline of what is going on over there, but could it pan out rather well for Donald Trump, who might say, yeah, we can drain the swamp now because there's employees that clearly, look, we made it work, don't even need them.